Shalom, 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 Yasharallah, shalom, Yasharallah. All praises to Yahweh Mashiach. Indeed, His mercy endures forever. Welcome to Life or Death. Welcome to Life or Death. Shalom to all of you. Let us start with the book of Colossians, chapter 3 and verse 17. Giving thanks to the Most High through His beloved Son, Hamashiach Yahweh.
With DataCamp, you don't need to download Python to learn.
The book of Colossians, chapter 3 and verse 17. Double check, make sure everything is fine first. The book of Colossians, chapter 3 and verse 17. And whatsoever ye do in word or deed, do all in the name of the Adon Hamashiach, giving thanks to the Most High and the Father by Him. So the Most High commands us to do everything to Him via Hamashiach Yahushai. Let us go to the book of Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 1. This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of the Most High, and the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. So the minute that we refuse to do what the Most High commands us to do, we ought to expect death to follow us. As you can see, the title of the class tonight is For Israel. For Israel, what does that mean? Let's go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 62. Isaiah, chapter 62. Isaiah was a major prophet. Let's see what the Most High instructed him to write for us. Isaiah, chapter 62. We are going to start at verse 1. Isaiah, chapter 62 and verse 1. For Zion's sake, I will not hold my peace, and for Jerusalem's sake, I will not rest. This is what we are doing. For our people to hear the gospel, for our people to come back to the Most High, we at the Light of Zion and all the other brothers and sisters that are part of other camps, we are not going to stay silent. We are going to say something. Verse 1, Isaiah 62 and verse 1. For Zion's sake will I not hold my peace, and for Jerusalem's sake I will not rest. Meaning, the Most High instructed Isaiah to write this for the 12 tribes of Israel. Whenever he says for Zion's sake and Jerusalem's sake, he's talking about the northern kingdom and southern kingdom, meaning the 12 tribes of Israel. For Zion's sake will I not hold my peace, and for Jerusalem's sake I will not rest, until the righteousness thereof go forth as brightness, and the salvation thereof as a lamp that burneth. Verse 2. And the Gentiles shall see thy righteousness, and of the kings thy glory, and thou shalt be called by a new name, which the mouth of the Most High shall name. Meaning, all the other nations, they are going to see us. All the other nations, they are going to see our righteousness. What is righteousness? Righteousness is nothing but, let's go to the book of Psalm 119, verse 151. Psalm 119, verse 151. Shalom to all of you that are watching. Shalom, shalom. As you already know, this class is an interactive class. Type your name, the city, and the state where you are currently watching us from. Let's go to the book of Psalm, chapter 119, verse 151. Psalm 119, verse 151. The book of Psalm, chapter 119, and verse 151. Thou art near, O Most High, and all thy commandments are truth. Now, the book of Deuteronomy 6, verse 25. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6, and verse 25. And it shall be our righteousness if we observe to do all these commandments before the Most High, our power, as He hath commanded us. So the truth is nothing but the keeping of the commandments. The same way, righteousness is nothing but the keeping of the commandments of Yah. That is what we are here for, Israel. Let's go back to Isaiah 62. The book of Isaiah, chapter 62 and verse 1. For Zion's sake will I not hold my peace, and for Jerusalem's sake I will not rest, until the righteousness thereof go forth as brightness, meaning until Israel keep the laws of Yah, until Israel starts to keep the laws of Yah, until Israel makes the keeping of the commandments of Yah a staple of our diet. And the salvation thereof as a lamp that burneth. Verse 2. And the Gentiles shall see thy righteousness, meaning they will see how we are keeping the commandments of Yah through HaMashiach Yahushua. And the Gentiles shall see thy righteousness, and all the kings thy glory, and thou shalt be called by a new name which the mouth of the Most High shall name. Verse 3. Thou shalt also be a crown of glory in the hand of the Most High, and a royal diadem in the hand of thy power. So the Most High is going to clothe us with glory. He is going to take us from the raggedy state that we are in to a royal state, to a state of kingship, where we are not called N-words anymore, where we refer to ourselves as N-word anymore, but as kings, as servants of Yah. Verse 4. Thou shalt no more be termed forsaken, neither shall thy land any more be termed desolate, but thou shalt be called Hephzibah, and thy land Beulah, for the Most High delighteth in thee, and thy land shall be married, meaning that the Most High is going to make everything right. Right now, we see the title of the class for Israel. The people that are in the land are not the real Jews. We are the real Jews. The land belongs to us. When you see that we put in the title for Israel, we are talking about the so-called blacks, descendants of the slaves, so-called Hispanics, descendants of the male Indians, so-called, real descendants of the indigenous people of South America, and so-called Indians that Christopher Columbus killed when he got here, and those who are scattered in the diaspora. We are talking about these people, so-called blacks, descendants of the male slaves, so-called Hispanics, descendants of the male indigenous people of South America and North America, and so-called Indians, descendants of the so-called Indians, male Indians. These are the people that we are referring to. We are the real Jews. We are the true children of the Most High. For Israel, meaning for the betterment of Israel, we are going to preach. For the betterment of Israel, we are not going to be silent. Verse 5, verse 6. I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace, meaning we are not going to be silent. Israel, make this a routine. Once you start watching a class, like the video. If you are able to share it as well. Always like the videos. When you like the videos or the classes, the YouTube algorithm makes that video more visible to more Israelites to see. Our aim is to get out of this captivity. Our aim is to have our kingdom. One way for you to help, one way for you to further the gospel is to like the videos. Another way is to share the videos. If you are able to do both, do both. If you are able to like them only, like the videos. Verse 6, Isaiah 62 and verse 6. I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace. Day by day nor night. Meaning, as men of Yah, we are not going to be silent. Why? Let's go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 30, verse 20. Isaiah 30 and verse 20. Let's see what the Most High says. Isaiah 30 and verse 20. But outside verse 19. Verse 18. Isaiah chapter 30, verse 18. And therefore will the Most High wait, that he may be gracious unto you, and therefore will he be exalted. The Most High has been merciful toward us, and therefore will he be exalted. That is why you see that we are exalting him at the light of Zion. After during the Sabbath service, we have a praise session where we exalt his name, where we thank him. We play instruments, whether it is this one or that one. We play instruments to exalt the Most High, to praise him. Verse 18, and therefore will the Most High wait, that he may be gracious unto you, and therefore will he be exalted, that he may have mercy upon you. For the Most High is the power of judgment. Blessed are all they that wait for him. So our hope is in the Most High through Mashiach to give us this, to give us the kingdom again. Verse 19, for the people shall dwell in Zion at Jerusalem. Thou shalt weep no more, meaning we will have no more sorrow. He will be very gracious unto thee. He said that he says the word gracious is in both verses, 18 and 19. Gracious means merciful or pitiful. For the people shall dwell in Zion at Jerusalem. Thou shalt weep no more. He will be very gracious unto thee at the voice of thy cry. When he shall hear it, he will answer thee. For the Most High to hear our prayers, for him to be nigh unto us, we ought to keep his laws. We ought to apply his commandments in our life. Verse 20. And though the Most High give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore. But thine eyes shall see thy teachers. That is why you see that we are in the streets. Our people are seeing us. They are seeing our fringes. They are seeing us with our beard. Verse 21. And thine ears shall hear a voice behind thee saying, this is the way, walk ye in it. That is why Israel this week, starting from Thursday, Thursday, all the way to the 28th, we will be in Tampa. We will be in Tampa, Florida. What will we be there to do? Verse 21. And thine ears, verse 20. And though the Most High give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore. But thine eyes shall see thy teachers. We will be there for the people to see us. And when we get there, what will we tell them? Verse 21. And thine ears shall hear a voice, a word behind thee, saying, this is the way, keep the commandments of Yah. This is the way, apply the commandments of Yah in your life. This is the way, walk ye in it. So this is what we will be doing in Tampa this week. This Thursday, all the way to Sunday, we will be in Tampa, Florida, to teach our people, to show them the way. That is why the title of the class is For Israel. For Israel, that we will not hold our peace. For Israel, we will be in the streets of Tampa, Ybor City, to teach the people. That is why we are doing this. Let's go to the book of Luke, chapter 14, verse 23. Israel, those of you who are in the truth, do not take the truth lightly. The same way you do not take your plantation lightly, meaning your job lightly, do not take this work lightly. Let's go to the book of Luke, chapter 14, verse 23. Luke was a physician. Let's see what the Most High instructed Luke to write for us. The book of Luke, chapter 14 and verse 23. Now remember, when we say Israel, we are talking about the so-called blacks, so-called Hispanics, so-called Native Americans, and those who are scattered in the diaspora. These are the people of Yah. These are the real Jews. These are the people that are suffering the curses of Deuteronomy 28 and Leviticus 26. The book of Luke, chapter 14, verse 23. But let's start at verse 22. And the servant said, Adon, it is done as thou hast commanded, and yet there is room. So the Most High commanded us to go out, and you can see that people are coming in, but the job is not done yet. Verse 23. And the Adon said unto, and the servant said, Most High, it is done as thou hast commanded, and yet there is room. And the Adon said unto the servant, go out into the highways and hedges, and compel them to come in, grab them, and compel them to come in, that my house may be filled. That is why you see that we are out in the streets, in the corners, teaching the people. For Israel, for the so-called blacks, descendants of the male slaves, so-called Hispanics, descendants of the indigenous men in South and North America, so-called Native Americans, descendants of the so-called Indians, or descendants of the so-called male Indians. These are the people that are the real Jews. These are the people that are Israel, and those who are scattered in the diaspora, because Israel is everywhere. The real Jews are everywhere. Verse 23. And the other one said unto the servant, go out into the highways and hedges and grab them, act seriously to take them, and compel them to come in, that my house may be filled. So this is what we are going to do in Tampa, Florida. Israel, I know many of you may not be able to be there physically. Now you may ask yourself, how can you take part in this mission? I see that there are 5 of you watching. How can you take part in that mission? How can you take part in this operation? Let's talk, Israel. Let's talk. We have a couple minutes. Let's talk. Let's talk. How can you take part in this operation? Don't see it as an easy task. For us to leave Palm Beach, for us, because remember, Israel, the Light of Zion has schools in Georgia, one school in Georgia, one school in Lee County, one school in the Treasure Coast, and one school in Palm Beach. So many of us will converge to get to Tampa. You may think, hey, there are plenty of people already contributing. No, 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 no. Make sure you put your break into this work. You ought to start having a new mindset. Don't just be an Israelite for being an Israelite. Be an active Israelite. Participate, take part in the work. Shalom to our big captain, Captain Aliasap from TC. Shalom, Cap, Shalom, Cap, Shalom, Cap, Shalom. That is Captain Aliasap from the Treasure Coast. Israel, we are part of the rebuilding of a nation, the rebuilding of the people. But let's go to the book of First Maccabees chapter 3. Let's see what our forefathers back then said. First Maccabees chapter 3 and verse 43. They said one to another, let us restore the decayed estate of our people. Back then, men and women in our people, they took this as a task to restore the decayed estate of our people, because we were at a very low state. The Greeks, they decimated the nation. Let us restore the decayed estate of our people, and let us fight for our people and the sanctuary. It is not by coincidence that the title of the class is for Israel. We are fighting to restore our people. You can do so as well. How can you do so? If you are in the Tampa area, if you are in that area, stop by. Now, if you are unable to stop by, how can you do? You can like, what can you do? You can like and share the classes. Also, remember, let's go to the book of, in fact, before that, let's go to the book of Romans 10, verse 14. This is, by now, all of you should know Romans 10, verse 14. In fact, I said verse 1. All of you by now should know Romans 10, verse 14. The book of Romans, chapter 10, verse 1. Brethren, My heart's desire and prayer to the Most High for Israel is that they might be saved. Verse 2, for I bear them record, meaning that he can see, he can notice with his own eyes. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of Yah, but not according to knowledge. Verse 3, for they being ignorant of Yah's righteousness and going about to establish their own righteousness, have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of the Most High. Meaning, our people are doing their own things. Verse 14, Romans 10, verse 14. How then shall they call on him in whom they have not believed? And how shall they believe in him of whom they have not heard? Many of our people never heard the gospel like you are hearing it today. We never heard that we were the real Jews. But now, thanks to Yahshua Mashiach and through his servants, now we know that we are the real Jews. He puts men on our path to show us what to do and what not to do. Verse 14. And how shall they hear without a preacher? Verse 15. And how shall they preach except they be sent? Meaning, there should be men on the ground to teach them. That is why we will be in Tampa, Florida this Thursday all the way to Sunday. Those of you who cannot be there physically, you can pray for us, like and share the videos. Also, now let's go to the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7 and verse 12. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7 and verse 12. For wisdom is a defense, meaning proper application of knowledge is a defense. And money is a defense. That means if you are unable to be there physically, you can pray for us, like and share the videos. Also, donate to this ministry, Israel. Do not just donate to donate. No. Check to see if the Light of Zion is doing what it says it will do with the money. To do so, send it via Cash App. To send your donation, send it via for donation, send it to $THEELOZ. Remember, this is an army. This is an army. This is the rebuilding of a nation. By now, all of you should know that we also have a group here that is called HAD. HAD stands for Hospitality and Alms Department. What do? They are there to help brothers and sisters who are going through hard times. You can donate to them as well. They are also part of the Light of Zion. Israel, this is a nucleus with several entities that are there for the rebuilding of the nation. To do so, send it for the HAD department. Israel, if you have any question about what we are doing, ask it. Because remember, we have to be clear and frank to you for the HAD department. The HAD department, they are there to help brothers and sisters who are falling on hard times. donate via $sign LOZ had. Israel, you can see that we are doing our best to do the Lord's work, to do the work of Yah via Hamashiach for Israel. Why? Let's go to the book of 1 Corinthians 9, verse 16. The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 9 and verse 16. For though I preach the gospel, I have nothing to glory of, meaning that I have nothing to boast for myself. For necessity is laid upon me, meaning that it is my duty, it is our duty here at the Light of Zion. Woe is unto me if I preach not the gospel. The word gospel means good news. So if we refuse to teach the word of Yah to the so-called blacks, so-called Native Americans, and so-called Seminole Indians, and those who are scattered in the diaspora, who are the real Jews, who are Israel, we are to expect the Most High to punish us. Well, Israel, you all know. I know. I see 6 of you are online. I do not know who is online. Let us read Psalm 72, verse 18, very quick. You know, when you put your name here, we know who is watching, and also you know that this class is for you. Psalm 72, verse 18. The book of Psalm, chapter 72, and verse 18. Blessed be the Most High Power, the power of Israel, the power of our sister Mina Israel. Sister Mina, my dear sister, when will you come to visit the Light of Zion? If you are living in Palm Beach County, we are in Broward County. When will you come to visit the Light of Zion, Sister Mina? Blessed be the Most High Power, the power of Israel, the power of our mighty Captain Eliasab. Blessed be the Most High Power, the power of Israel, the power of our dear Sister Deborah Dennis in Chatham, Massachusetts. Blessed be the Most High Power, the power of Israel, the power of the 12 tribes of Israel. Blessed be the Most High Power, the power of Israel, the power of all of you who are watching. Israel, this week is going to be an excellent week. We will go to a spot to reach more of our people. If you are able to be on site physically, please do so. Now, call this number for any information. To call the Light of Zion. To contact the Light of Zion. Dial 754-367-4052. To contact the Light of Zion, dial 754-367-4052. May the Most High Mashiach bless you all. Let us read Psalm 133. Psalm 133. Psalm 133. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. It is like the precious ointment upon the head that ran down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard, that went down to the skirts of his garments, as the dew of Hermon, and as the dew that descended upon the mountains of Zion. For there the Most High commanded the blessing, even life forevermore. For there the Most High commanded the blessing, even life forevermore. For there the Most High commanded the blessing, even life forevermore. For there the Most High commanded the blessing, even life forevermore. For Israel, we are Israel. We are the real Jews, so-called blacks, so-called Native Americans, so-called Seminole Indians, and those who are scattered in the diaspora. We are the real Jews. We are Israel. For there the Most High commanded the blessing, even life forevermore. Bahashem, Hamashiach, Yahawashai, Fawada, Famyad, Aman. Shalom Yasharallah. May the Most High through Hamashiach, may the Most High through Hamashiach bless you all, keep us safe, and make us sinless in His eyes. Shalom.